Saudi Arabia is launching a new military coalition to protect shipping in the Red Sea as attacks by Yemen's Houthi rebels threaten one of the Saudis' most important oil export routes. Saudi officials say about 50 countries have been invited to join the effort, with 14 nations, including Turkey, Egypt, and Pakistan, already pledging support. The coalition will focus on intelligence sharing, joint training, and maritime operations to safeguard global trade. This comes as Iran says it's launched drone strikes targeting U.S. military facilities in Kuwait, though there's been no immediate confirmation from U.S. officials. U.S. Central Command said yesterday it completed another wave of strikes on sites in Iran, including command centers, as well as missile and drone facilities.
Richard, this is really the week that this war has expanded. It's become, in earnest, a regional war with attacks even down in Egypt, which I think is a first. Where are we right now?
No, exactly that. The U.S. basically wanted to wind things down. We were sending out diplomatic signals. But if it takes one to start a war, it takes two or even three to end it. And the Iranians are showing no interest in ending it right now. They're expanding their attacks on some of the neighbors. The Houthis, who they heavily influence and support, are making it impossible for the Saudis to use the alternative route through the Red Sea, the Bab el-Mandab. So that's where we stand. The war keeps going. It's not all out, Joe. You don't have massive attacks on the energy or water infrastructure of the neighbors. We're not attacking Iran's energy infrastructure. There's a kind of mutual assured destruction not to do that. But otherwise, diplomacy is stalled and things just continue. And the Strait of Hormuz is barely open, which explains again why energy prices and other prices are as high as they are.
Mark Caputo, what are you hearing on the Hill from Republicans who obviously want this war over as quickly as possible?
They can't get any clarity on what Trump wants to do, and that's because Trump isn't quite sure what to do. In the press conference the other day in the Oval Office, I had an opportunity to ask the president. It seemed like a basic question, but the reason for it was I wanted to understand sort of his thinking going forward, which was, are you going to hit back every time Iran strikes United States assets? And he said yes. And the reason I think that's significant is that Iran, to Richard's point, doesn't show much of an interest in wanting this to end. And so they've demonstrated that they're periodically going to strike out at the United States, probably knowing that the U.S. will hit back and it will just keep the U.S. there. The best guess of people in the White House and in the administration, and everyone has to guess, is that this is just sort of a prolonged, no longer really a Cold War, sort of a lukewarm war of tit-for-tat reprisals, maybe some peace talks in the back or, ceasefire talks in the back, more tit-for-tat reprisals, and it just continues on. There's a phrase that is really popular in Israel called mow the grass or mow the lawn, where they would sort of periodically strike out at Hezbollah or at Hamas and use their military, the Israelis, to severely degrade their opponents. And there's a sense that the United States has sort of taken on this idea in Iran itself, which is there's just going to be this periodic mowing of the lawn, periodic bombing, periodic attacking to keep their weapon systems as degraded as possible. But that doesn't mean that there's a durable peace that is foreseeable, at least not right now.